What's up, guys? It's Gary. I'm going to teach you how to do inward heel flips on a fingerboard today. Okay, first things first, an inward heel flip is a combination of a backside pop shove it and a heel flip. It's actually not done like a backside pop shove it and a heel flip together, because pop shove it's very hard to get that. You know, your front finger isn't involved in the backside pop shove it, so when you add that front finger element to the trick, that it gets a little confusing. So hopefully I'll help you out with that today. Before you do inward heel flips, you want to know how to do heel flips, and I would say backside pop shove it's, but not really even being able to do pop shove it's consistently. I would say just being able to swoop it around and pop it very hard with your back finger, bringing it backside. Your finger positioning would be about this. This is what I put my fingers as. I just have my back finger square over the tail, and I have my front finger near the middle of the board, closer to the front bolts, but it's the same as heel flip positioning. For heel flips, I know a lot of people like to put it here, but I actually like to put it here. If you don't understand why, you can see my heel flip trick tip. I'll put it in the description. The reason why is because when you pop, you have this extra space here to flick it out and do a heel flip. Your first step is to roll up and to pop the board. The rotation's actually less in your back finger, it's more in your front finger, but you still need to kind of, give it that 90 rotation. But the key difference between the inward heel flip and the heel flip is, in the heel flip, you push straight out, making the board do a heel flip. In the inward heel flip, instead of flicking straight out, you kind of flick down, and you flick 90, like that. Flick there. This is the heel flip, like that. This is the inward heel flip. You get it? You flick as you're rotating, or you just flick as soon as you pop, but there. It looks easy when I do the motion like this, but the rotation is the reason why most people have trouble with the inward heel flip. And what I like to do a lot of times is I like to imagine I'm doing a backside 180 heel flip, and I flick it like that, and then I just bring in a backside 180 heel flip, you'd be following the board, but you just keep your hand, you bring it back, and hopefully it does an inward heel flip. The only problem with doing this is my backside heel flips tend to be under rotated, so I end up doing just a 90 inward heel flip. The solution to this is really to flick it as early as you can and flick it down, and see, you kind of flick it early and down, almost like a hard flip, so you can get that flip in the beginning. The inward heel flip is a very tough trick. I'm going to do a few pops and slow-mo them so you can see exactly what I'm talking about from different angles. You see how it naturally tends to fall down like that? The inward heel flip, there's a few common problems. I know the common problems for me are, instead of flipping early, I tend to not flip at all, and I kind of do this, and it ends up just being a backside pop shove it. I also have that problem with hard flips. And also, the second problem is I don't flip early enough, and I don't bring my hand around, so it makes it do a varial heel flip instead of an inward heel flip. It seems like that would be the least likely problem, but it happens because your hand tends to go varial, and inward heel flip is, well, it's a little bit more complex. So the solution to that would be to make sure that your fingers are in this finger positioning, and you want to flip as early as you possibly can, because if you don't flip early, your finger's just going to miss, and it's going to do a pop shove it. With the varial heel flip, you want to make sure that you are going the 90 and not this way. Make sure you turn your hands this way and you flick down and out that way. Some people just flick it and it ends up doing varial heel. So concentrate on the rotation and make sure you flip early. That should solve those two main problems. So now that you learned inward heel flips, you can try different variations, maybe fakey inward heel flips or an inward heel flip to manual.